Howie, thank you so much for joining us here at Empower 2024.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me here.
You've just been on a panel discussing the ETF revolution or how it's evolving to meet investors' needs. So how is the customization trend changing ETF selectors' strategies, I guess?
Yeah, I think we're seeing this across asset classes. So whether it's equities, fixed income, or the alternatives, including commodities, more and more investors are really looking for solutions. We've started off the ETF world in kind of market cap based beta, as it were, but now investors are much more sophisticated, looking more precision tools. So we're able to, as an industry, offer anything from, say, factor based investing on equities to thematic equities to even kind of more alpha generating strategies, as well as income producing strategies. And you're seeing that come through in fixed income, where there's a huge amount of innovation expected there. And we've also seen huge amounts of enhancements in the commodity space as well, something that we're particularly fond of ourselves.
And do you expect to see the technology revolution having an impact in this area too?
Yeah, I think technology will help for a number of reasons, right? Because technology and data, they all come together. For us, alternative sources of data, extremely important to be able to understand and also be kind of levers for investment. The other side of it, of course, is the ability to absorb this data and actually build systematic strategies and also research enhanced strategies utilizing this technology. So I think there's a lot to come through that way. But also from a distribution point of view, you're seeing much more kind of tech-led investment platforms where investors are perhaps going straight to their mobile phones or straight to a platform which is very digital, and that as well is a technological innovation that's really pushing ETFs forward as well.
So from those two things you said, your first and second answers there, you've got to have a team that are willing to kind of adapt and be nimble and evolve, and it's been quite an exciting area to be in those terms.
Yeah, absolutely, and we have to structure ourselves that way. So within our team we have everyone from portfolio managers that manage the risk on the portfolio. We have solutions experts that help us create our investment strategies. That's going to be extremely important when it comes to innovation. We also have tech-focused people within our team, as well as our specialists, to really explain and pull all this stuff together to work with our investors to explain, well, how does this work and how is it used in a portfolio?
So what other disruptive forces do you expect those teams to have to deal with in terms of ETFs and the world of ETFs?
So data is clearly something that will keep coming at us, but again, I think we welcome it as an industry. But also, I think you look at something like active ETFs. That topic came up over and over again across the various panels, within that stage. And I think the expectation here is that, active ETFs are really going to start taking more of a center stage. We saw it in the US market first. It's definitely much more kind of advanced in that sense. It's also that US market is showing that there are solutions-based ETFs, and we're starting to see those come into Europe. And of course, when they come into a UCITS product, they're also available in Asia, etc. So I think that biggest so-called disruption, as you say, is perhaps the understanding that at the end of the day, the ETF is a wrapper, but actually the outcome or the solution that we build for clients, anything from a traditional systematic index-based strategy to something that's a little bit more enhanced based on active design, all the way to discretionary kind of fund or bond selection, that can all fit into an ETF if it fits in the UCITS wrapper.
None of it's going to stand still, if you like. So finally, what will you be sort of staying focused on, would you say, in the next year to 18 months? And what do you expect to see as key innovations going forward now in this area?
So staying close to our clients, extremely important, because everyone's on a slightly different journey. Some of them might be much more kind of sustainability focused. We had a question earlier today around, there are so many ESG or sustainable funds. How do we choose? How do we select? And that is a journey that we want to continue to walk with clients, and everyone's going to have a different flavor. So for us, it's being by their side to explain, well, here are the different options to take, and let us work with you to construct that portfolio. We see the same in terms of accessing fixed income. Something that we know is happening for sure right now are things like investments into India bonds, being a major component of the emerging markets index world. And so again, working on with clients within that fixed income frame of mind. And then I think finally, the alternative side is something that I feel very passionate about. I think there's a lot of development that needs to take place in our industry because, when we look at the alternative asset class, clients are saying, please give us uncorrelated kind of sources of return. think of alternative sources of investment ideas, and I think it's that alternatives asset class, including commodities, that is starting to take more and more focus across all our client bases.
Howie, it sounds like you're very excited about what's to come. Great that you're sharing your thoughts with us today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Indeed, thanks for having me.